What's going on, everybody? Are you there? Hey, what's going on over here on my Facebook Live feed and my Instagram feed? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition, as I like to say, or episode of Live from My Mother's Basement. I'm very happy to be in the basement with you guys tonight. I got a full bar, I got ice in the ice chest, my sink is working, the dishes are clean, I got food, I got wine, I got shit I want to talk about, and some heirlooms from my family that I think you guys would be interested in taking a look at and wondering and asking, how do I still have them after all these years? And we're going to talk about that tonight as I get involved with you guys who get involved with me. Look, here's one of them right now. I can't wait to talk about that. I have two of my father's watches and some rings from back in the day. So let me know that you can hear me, let me know that you're happy, and let me know that you're ready to have some fun. We're going to do a little bit of a rant this morning. Now listen, I know a lot of people heard me set my guns off the other day because I was really pissed off about something that was happening to me. Oh wow, somebody's acknowledging some of the liquor that's on the shelf behind me. Yep, this is a real bar, and all the alcohol is real. This past weekend, I was performing in Florida, and some people were flaking on coming to the shows. Now, I understand if somebody's sick. I understand if somebody doesn't want to buy a ticket. But these are people who are in the industry that are talking about doing business with me. And they talk about doing business with me or anybody or any business for a long period of time. But they never show up. They never come to the table with what they say they're bringing to the table. So how long do you actually deal with that? How long in your life do you keep hearing somebody say, you know what we're going to do? Do you know what we're going to do? And they never, ever, ever do it. So the question is, how long do you give them? Now, I was watching a talk show with this other gentleman who's also a comedian, and he was saying there's an expiration date on how long you could be friends with people or your loyalty to those people. And I understand that because after a while you feel like saying, hey man, what the fuck? I would much rather somebody say, I cannot work with you, I'm not interested, I'm not coming, I'm not going to have anything. Say it. Because here's what, in my opinion, someone who doesn't step up to the table does. Are you ready? I'll just make sure everybody can hear me on Facebook. If somebody could just do a shout out and say, yes, you can hear me, because this is all brand new equipment that I'm using in the basement. I don't have the microphone anymore. I don't have certain attachments anymore because I got this new laptop that is the super duper of laptops, and everybody should be hearing me right now and watching at the same time. So if someone could say, hello, there you go. Thank you so much, Dora, who's out in California watching the show right now. I appreciate it. I got new lights, so I'm hoping I'm looking pretty good. I thought you seemed quiet after that show. Quiet. Well, here's what happened, and here's the way I see this. All right? Let's suppose you're in a marathon or a, what do they call it when you hand the baton to another racer? 4 people are in the race. 4 people race, let's say. So you're running against other people. Now you're running and you got the baton. And the other guy says, I'll be 2 miles up. As soon as you get there, hand me the baton and I'll run like crazy. And that's how you win the race. Well, let's suppose you're running as fast as you can and you get to the point where the person said they're going to be there and they're not. Now you can't give the baton to that person, so you got to keep on running. And the person never takes the baton. So guess what happens? You lose. And the other team wins because their people were ready to run. Now what do? You're exhausted, you can't keep on running, and you hot the baton. A day goes by, and the person who was supposed to get the baton calls you and says, how did things go? Sorry, I was sick, couldn't make it, but how did things go? and you really feel like saying, I'll tell you how it went. You fucked me in the ass, stupid. It sucked. You ruined it. You didn't show up. We lost. We lost because of you. And it's just, that's what set me off, because it happened so many different times that eventually you feel like going, hey, listen, man, just stay away from me. Just stay away. I don't need this type of aggravation. Because, ladies and gentlemen, show business is a grind. It really is. As my friend Angelo Sarukis, I just want to say real quick, Angelo, I'm so proud of you. I hope you got great stories to tell me about your appearances in the most famous comedy festival in the world. We're talking about the Montreal Comedy Festival in Montreal, Canada. The first time I was ever part of that festival, I met the legend himself, Angelo Sarukis, and he helped me out tremendously and introduced me to all the great people out there, and I thank you. He's also the co-star of my TV series, Make America Italian Again. So if you watch the series on my YouTube channel, Make America Italian Again, you'll see what we created as the new Clemenza. His name is Angelo Sarukis, and that's the character. Check it out, folks. He is absolutely a phenomenon, a great actor, and an unbelievable comedian. Angelo, big shout out to you. We did a podcast about a month ago that's going to air, and when you guys see this, you're going to see what we put in a web series as an Italian actor. He's not. He's actually Greek, and he's from Canada, and I'm proud to say he's my friend, my colleague, and the co-star of Make America Italian Again. So we were talking about all these people that flake, and I really believe it just hurts somebody else's career. Maybe you have somebody in your life out there that lives in a building that you rent, and you're a nice person, and you rent the person the apartment or whatever it is, and they don't pay. And then they don't pay, and you're lenient. Oh, times are hard. And you're lenient. Oh, times are hard. The pandemic. Now all of a sudden, it's time. It's time. You got to do something. And you see through the corner of your eye that sometimes it seems like they're not broke. Maybe you got a new car, or a lot of different things are happening, or you see them going out, or you see them going on vacation. You feel like going, wait a minute. You have all the money to do that. How come you can't pay the rent, or some? See, because sometimes these people are full of shit, and it causes you to what? Lose money, lose sleep, get a stomach ache. It's a pain in the ass. All right? Tonight, we're going to drink a little bit of wine, because a friend of mine who is in Florida, originally from Italy, his name is Massimo Battista. And Massimo Battista not only sells incredible clothes, but he has his own wine. And I'm going to have some glasses of that wine on the show tonight. I made an incredible dinner. I made the dinner tonight, folks. There is no caterer tonight. There is no food sent here from anybody. However, I do have a sponsor tonight. We're going to talk about my sponsor. He sponsored my show many times. It's Regina's Pizza from Akron, Ohio. This shirt is a couple years old, so he's in 52 years now. This is the 50th anniversary of Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. We're going to talk about them in a little while, but that is my sponsor for tonight's show. So talking about the wine, Massimo Battista, I hope you're watching right now, just a wonderful, wonderful guy. And it's funny, a friend of mine's writing in right now, and her name is Jackie Panic, and she's saying, I'm in Rome right now. So I can't believe I'm actually seeing a friend who's in Rome, which is really, really great. So this is Massimo Battista's wine. I'm drinking the one wine right now. This one's called Forget About It. And it's right here in my chalice, my nice wine glass. Forget about it. If you go on the internet, you even can get a hat that says Forget About It. But it's called TheRealChoochWine.com. TheRealChoochWine.com. I got a bunch of them right here, so let's just get this out of the way. Here's Chooch. I already drank this bottle. And here's another bottle over here that's called Kabish. I already drank this bottle. This is the bottle that I'm having tonight with the dinner that I made. It's on this table. Wait till you guys see what I did. I recreated my mother's, well, my favorite dish that my mom made. It's chicken cutlets. So I got chicken cutlets here. Stand by, stand by. Okay? This is Forget About It, which is the wine that I'm drinking right now. Now, guys, if you love wine, and even if you're an aficionado about wine, but even if you just like a good glass of wine, visit my friend Massimo Battista. Check out his wine. It's at therealjuicewine.com. Massimo Battista. You get the juice, you get the cabiche, you get the Forget About It, and then you get out of my face and you go have some fun. So cheers, Massimo. Thank you for coming to my show last week at the Boca Black Box. Thank you for your clothes that you gave me, and thank you for giving me these bottles of wine. And you folks out there that are listening right now, go to therealjuicewine.com and grab yourself a nice bottle of wine. Oh, and if you order now, 2 days free delivery. You get it in 2 days, and the delivery is free. Oh, I needed that. I really did. I'm probably going to kill this bottle tonight because the frustrations, what was going on out in Florida this weekend was just out of control. And it happened because a lot of people just did not do what they said they were going to do. And it's a nightmare. So from now on, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you tell your friends and your family members that there are some things that you just can't do, rather than blow smoke up their ass and tell them how great things are going to be when you get in the business together, because you're going to pull them back and they're going to lose the marathon. You dig? A little later on, I will take some personal questions. I normally don't do that. Normally, when I have a guest on the show, I leave the questions and the answers for the guests. But today, I will do that. I got a lot of shows I'm going to talk to you guys about, and where I'm going and where I'm performing this week in the beautiful state of New Jersey and also New York City. So I'm watching the news, and I know you guys are watching the news too, and I always say, don't watch the news. It makes you mad. It makes you angry. It makes you want to kill somebody, and it's true. So what do we got in the news now? Well, first of all, they got another one of the Al-Qaeda guys, right? This is what started me on a whole big set of jokes that I was going to run for president of the United States, and I was going to set out to meet Osama bin Laden. I was going to whack his ass. And that joke hit 13 million people. In fact, it's trending on Instagram again right now, which is a new joke that I did at the Laugh Factory just before the pandemic. And it's trending and it's doing really well right now. So guys, watch it. Say hello. Leave a comment if you don't mind. Follow me in the new world of following. But they got this new guy out there and they got him with a drone. Could you imagine? They actually called it the Ginsu missile drone. I was watching on the news how this drone, this missile, can actually be so accurate that it hits a passenger in a passenger car rather than the driver if it was so set to do so. That is absolutely unbelievable. And I don't know what this new Taliban guy's name is, but they got him. And I guess that could set me afloat to another joke. And here we are with problems in our own country, but yet we got to go kill somebody in a foreign country still after all this time. And then you watch Biden give the speech on television, and it's just, I really wish I could be the guy that gave the speech. I really do, because, I don't know, I watch Biden. Sorry, guys, I start falling asleep. I have to have a cup of coffee. I feel like he's going to go lullaby and good night. So anyhow, that's that with that. They're doing this whole big thing about the draft and how somebody bribed somebody. Some games are being racketeerings and stuff like that. Could you imagine that one football team is now going to get penalized because they got caught doing some racketeering and cornering a market or bribing someone or making somebody lose or something like that? I say, why don't we just stop giving football players so much damn money? Stop it. You want to give somebody money? Somebody who deserves millions of dollars? Are you ready? Give it to a cop. That's right, I said it. Give it to the police department. You guys watch the news tonight? Cops almost have no chance anymore. It's ridiculous what people think they can do. Some street corner in New York City today, like every day, there was a fight in the street. Cops jumped in to protect the person being attacked. The attackers started to attack the cops, and the one cop got sucker punched in the face. How is it not okay for that cop to take his gun out, put it in that guy's mouth, and blow his head off? I'm sorry. That's the way it's got to be, because if you don't, that shit's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And then in Northern California, NoCal, I know where it is, a guy goes into another bodega slash 7-Eleven convenience store with a machine gun. The guy behind the counter is 80 years old. Did you guys see this? He's 80 years old. The machine gun points at the old man, and the old man took out a shotgun and shot the fuck right in the chest. That's the way it's supposed to be. Shot him. Boom! And then the guy was running. And you can hear him going, I got shot. I got shot. And the two guys in the car almost took off without him. And guess what? They all got caught. And they should be put in jail. Then the 80-year-old guy should go over there and take a bat and whack them all in the nuts. There's their punishment. You want to live? You got to take a nice kick in the nuts. Fucking people. I don't really understand why that's not the right way to do things. Do you know punishments in other countries for something so much more or less is death? Come on. If somebody came into my house right now and attacked me while we're recording, you would see me defend myself. Would I be right to defend myself? Or should I say, oh, gee, I don't want to cause any trouble. Go ahead and kill me. Don't forget to drink some wine. I mean, come on. Let's do what's right. Monkeypox. Monkeypox is now, supposedly, according to the news, going to be the new pandemic. They're wanting to say, let's make this a national emergency, a national pandemic. But they're saying that the way you get it is through skin contact, saliva, and for some reason or other, it's really hurting a large amount of gay men in New York City. I really don't know what to make of that. I don't know if we should all be running to get shots now for something called monkeypox. But, I mean, it's pretty scary shit. I forgot what country they were saying that people say one particular outbreak of a anti-something something is considered treason, and they cut your head off. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I say, why don't we cut people's heads off and put it on TikTok? There you go. Chop, chop. And you never know what's going to happen next. They'll probably end up making it a reality show. And somebody else will make a ton of money. So we went over to Drone. We talked about my friend's wine. Are you guys familiar with what happened with Naomi Judd? Unbelievable. This poor woman killed herself, left nothing to the two kids. I'm sure it looked like the stepfather was going to do the right thing by the two kids, but did the two kids really need anything? They're very successful amongst themselves. Anyway, I think the whole thing is really, really sad that that happened. So it just makes you think, what would happen if you knew you were going to start, losing your mind because you had Alzheimer's? What would you do? Would you off yourself? Would you wait till the very last minute? Would you hope that maybe a loved one would do it? I don't know. I guess it's a crazy subject to think about. But it was in the news, so I had to cover that. I like covering what's going on in the news. The Boys Farmers Market will vote for me. Thank you so much for saying that. Ladies and gentlemen, in Florida, there's an incredible deli/delicatessen slash food store that sells Massimo's wine. It's called the Boys Market, and it's in, I believe, Boca Raton, and it's just the best. So we'll make sure we see all of that. I want you guys, if you guys are out there. Okay, so here's some fun. Before TikTok, there was a thing called the newspaper, and everybody read the newspaper. One of the most popular newspapers in New Jersey was Night and Day. Night and Day magazine, and it was such a thrill to read this magazine. It was a thrill if you can get in it. I'm in the 2006 edition for performing at a local comedy club, and this is 2010, and there's a whole story on me playing Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And I tell you, man, if I could just go back 10 years, I'd do it. 10 years, 12 years, when Night and Day magazine was on the racks in all the comedy clubs and all the stores and all the nightclubs throughout the Jersey Shore, and your name appeared in that. It was a thrill, and that's how you sold tickets. It wasn't Instagram, it wasn't Facebook. Everything was done in a magazine, and it was tremendous. You just couldn't wait. And then, of course, your name up in lights and the poster. Now everything is on the internet. I sure do miss those days. And but I actually collect so much stuff. I have tons and tons of all the stuff that I've ever done. So I'm getting ready to write a book, and I think I'm going to call the book Letters to My Mom, which I always wrote to her when I was in Los Angeles so that she knew what I was doing, because back at that time, you couldn't make a phone call. A phone call would cost you a fortune. There was a thing called long distance. How many people remember long distance? And long distance was expensive. So I just would write and write and write, and I wrote so many things, and I missed that situation, okay? So I'm getting a lot of letters right now. The Brothers Market, the Boys Market is in Delray Beach. So check this out. My dad this weekend, before I left to go to Florida, he said, hey, listen, I'm getting really skinny these days, and my ring is falling off my pinky. So he gave me our family heirloom ring. Now, my two brothers and I had replicas of the family heirloom ring, but when my mom passed, the three of us, for whatever weird reason, took the rings and had them melted down, and you took the cash, which was kind of stupid. Shouldn't have did it. Who really needed the cash? It was only a couple $100 anyway. But this was given to my father by his Aunt Emily from Italy, and it says MM, which is Mike Marino, and a little diamond in there. So my dad gave it to me, and it fits on my pinky, but it's really not tight enough, so I wouldn't go out. Do you know if you wear a pinky ring and you go out in the winter, it actually could fall off your finger? So you got to be really careful about that. And now, here is a Longines watch. This had been broken in my dad's jewelry box for quite some time, and I took it. I had it remodeled. It's appraised at about maybe $500. I mean, you could melt it down for the gold, but I wouldn't do that because this is an original Longines from 1955, and on the back it says MCM. My father's name is Michael Charles Marino. I'm actually Michael Dominic Marino. So check that out. That's some badass shit, right? And one more. My mom was actually married once before my dad. Her husband's name was Frank, and he got killed in a car accident. They were only married 1 year. And my mom bought him a Longines watch, and it says, to Frank from Anne, 1950. I had this one remodeled too. Isn't that badass? Longines. Isn't that cool? I'll put this one on. I forgot what was the last name for my mother's first husband. Frank, maybe Turullo, something like that. Boom. Boom. He was also a war veteran, and I have his flag. So I have my dad's flag. What the fuck was that? My computer rang. So I have my dad's flag, Frank's flag, and I got one when I was entertaining the troops in Afghanistan, Kuwait, and Baghdad back in, I guess it was 2000. 8 or 9, I don't even remember. But nonetheless, that's how that happened. So, yeah, did you hear that ring? That was pretty weird. All right. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Thank you. Oh, somebody sent stars. I guess that's what that ring was. Send me some stars. Send me some DMs. Send me some questions, okay? A lot of shows coming up this week. We'll talk about that. Let's do this real quick as my friend and cousin Peter Lemongello Jr. is tuning in right now. If you were at the Boca Black Box this past Friday night, July 29, I was performing at the Boca Black Box in Boca Raton, Florida. A great amount of people came to the show, and I'm very proud to let you all know my cousin Peter Lemongello Jr. took to the stage like an animal. This guy got on stage, he sang unbelievably well, danced like a king, and everybody had a great time. I went on stage and did my comedy routine, and then we surprised the entire audience by bringing out his dad, the original 1970s, 60s big hit singer, Peter Lemongello Sr., who came up on stage with his son. They sang the famous song, Mac the Knife, and at the last 30 seconds of that song, I came out with a tambourine, and away we went. And it was great. Big, big night. Big shout out to you, Peter Lemongello Jr. Hope you had a great time. My love to you and your dad and your mom. And hopefully, Elliot Weissman and his team will take you to the next level. What's the next level in showbiz? Who really knows? But I hope and I wish and I pray that all the good entertainers, the people who go to Juilliard, the people who train, the people who go to acting class, the people who started in the business when they were kids, get to where they want to go. Because as you all know, nowadays all you have to do is take a shit in somebody's bed, put it on TikTok, and you're a star. Not really, but that's what's been going on. Somebody just invited me over to their house for dinner. So for those of you who are listening to me on my podcast application, I'm going to start taking in some questions. But right now I'm bringing on to the set the dinner that I'm going to have, okay? I have a nice glass of wine, of course, from realchoochwine.com. I have my stuff that I want to read, and I got everybody here, and I'm feeling good, and I'm winding down, and all my friends are tuning in. So what did I do? I went out and bought chicken. That's right, breasts of chicken, and then I egg and breaded the chicken with a little, breadcrumbs and some bread and egg. So here's what one of my chicken cutlets look like. I fried them. I fried enough for 2 days. There it is in the plate. Do you see my chicken cutlet? You might be noticing that there's ketchup in the plate. Well, I don't know what it was, but when we were kids, we always dipped the chicken cutlet in ketchup, and I liked it that way. Now, to stay on my track of eating good, you'll notice that there is lettuce in my plate. I really wish I had some ranch dressing to put on this lettuce. Ranch dressing is going to be fattening, and I want to stay on a good diet for tonight. I'm not even going to have my Sprite. I'm going to drink my wine. So what am I going to do with the salad, folks? Anybody know? What Italian guy has a house like this without having balsamic vinegar? This is balsamic vinegar from my friend's company. It's called Tastefully Olive. You can get it too at tastefullyolive.com. This is the dark balsamic. Sometimes I sell balsamic vinegar. You could put this on your chicken cutlets too. This is not chicken cutlet parmesan, this is just chicken cutlet. You could put this on your chicken cutlet. In fact, I also have a Coratina olive oil. All you have to do, you get a nice piece of bread. You put your chicken cutlet on the bread. You put your lettuce on top of that chicken cutlet, and you douse it with this balsamic vinegar, and you're living large. My mom would always make these. We would eat them while they were hot, but there's no reason why you can't eat them when they're cold in a sandwich the next day. Obviously, this is not going to be tremendously hot now because I've been talking and it's been sitting here. But let me show you guys. I feel like a chef all of a sudden. Bada boom. Bada boom. There's Michael's dinner. And I'm going to have some dinner with you. Oh, it smells really good. So cheers. Hold on. Let me create a little palate situation. Great wine. Really, really good wine. Hi, Gene. Hi, everybody. Okay. Let's taste it. What's one of the greatest things about when your parents are alive and they're doing what? The cooking. Because you don't have to do this. Cooking, for one, is not all that much fun. I'm glad you guys are here. Here we go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Man. Hold on a minute. Let me get a little salad going. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Here's a word from our sponsor, Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. If you're looking for great Italian food or a nice slice of pizza, some take home, or maybe just eat inside, go to Regina's Pizza. Give them a call at 330-753-7797. Tell them Mike Marino sent you. They're celebrating 52 years in business. That's Regina's Pizza, reginaspizza.com, Akron, Ohio. Ah! Ah! It's really, really good, ladies and gentlemen. Really good. All right. I have big shows this week. So if you want to come out this Thursday night, I will be in Seaside, New Jersey at the Italian American Club. However, the show is sold out. It doesn't seat more than 250 people, so it's pretty much done. Hold on a minute. Joe, chin chin, looks delicious, yum, salad and cutlets together. I'm going to the show in White Plains and then the one in Garfield, New Jersey. Oh, wow, okay, cool. Hold on, I gotta eat, folks. It's so good. This Thursday night, I'm performing at the Italian American Club in Seaside. It's a fundraiser. I enjoy doing it. The food's going to be fantastic. I'm bringing Marino 2024 t-shirts, Make America Italian Again shirts. So if you want to get them, you can get them online at mikemarino.net. On Saturday night, I'm performing with my friends Bob Gonzo, Jimmy Palumbo, Gene DiNapoli, and Vinny Piero, and that's going to be at the White Plains Performing Arts Center in White Plains, New York. Just go to www.whiteplainsperformingartscenter.com. Grab yourself some tickets. Come on down, have some fun. I did this on the internet. I'll do this right now, too, if you're listening, if you're watching. Not everybody can afford tickets. Folks, if you need some complimentary tickets, let me help you with a night of laughter. Instant message me, and I will get you tickets. Okay? DM me, they call it instant message me. Write to me. You know what you do? Write to me, MikeMarinoFans@gmail.com, and I will get you great seats. That's for the White Plains Performing Arts Center this Saturday night, August 6th. MikeMarinoFans@gmail.com. If you want to come to the Surflight Theater, that's August 7th. The Surflight Theater is all the way down in Long Beach Island, New Jersey. The show is going to sell out. Me and John Bramnick are taking over that stage. I play there every summer. It's a beautiful theater, one of the oldest theaters in the United States, here in New Jersey, down on the Jersey Shore, way down south. So go to www.surflight.org, grab yourself some tickets. The following week, I'm going to be in Garfield, and then I'm headed out to Texas. That's right, Texas, August 11th through August 14, no, August 12th through August 14, I will be at TK's Comedy Club near Dallas, Texas. So come on, you can look at it up on the internet. Let's make that happen. From there, I'll be in Los Angeles. The Comedy Chateau, August 19 and 20. I'll be doing a lot of podcasts as well. I'll be in the news a lot, and we're doing a lot of different projects. So if you guys want to see that lineup, go to MikeMarino.net. Got new clothes coming out. We've been talking about it for a long time, but it's finally going to come. So check it out. See what's going out on the internet, and come to one of the shows. So, there's Anthony, my brother. Anthony! Thank you for watching and tuning in tonight. All right, before I get going, I'll take some questions while I eat my beautiful chicken cutlet made by me. I shouldn't have put the ketchup in the plate because I did put the balsamic vinaigrette on it, and now it's got like 2 different flavors. But guess what? I got more chicken cutlets upstairs, and if I ain't eating them tonight, I'm eating them tomorrow. I'm going to kill in Texas. Thank you very much, Joe. And thank you for asking me if I'm coming to Toronto. I got a lot of family members in Toronto. I really wish I can get up there. It's going to take a little while. Toronto's not 100% available to us Jersey people when you cross the border. But when it is, I'm going. Anybody else? What do you got for me? Thank you, Joe from Buenos Aires. Melanie Minetti, my daughter took my shirt. Oh, no. Well, if your daughter took your shirt, it's time for you to order another one. If anybody wants a shirt, go to MikeMarino.net. I'll get it out to you. Danny Scan, 77. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Dan was one of the original bouncers at the legendary Montego Bay nightclub in Belmont, New Jersey in the 80s. When music was music, people were people, and fun was fun. And we had a good time. And if there was trouble, it wasn't that big of a deal. You only got your ass kicked. That's it. You didn't get shot. You didn't get the monkeypox. You didn't get the COVID. You didn't have to wear a mask. You got a punch in the face. Then you got up, you dusted yourself off, and you went back into the club and found yourself a girl to dance with. So shut up, you guys out there. Get in the game. Dan, we got to talk. I'm going to make some shit happen. I'd love to come to your barbecue. Thank you, Joe. Do you want to go surfing the day after you perform at the Surf Light in LBI? I have surfboards for you. I was just invited surfing. Isn't that great? Yes. Get in touch with me. DM me. Mike, are you ready to come to Italy in September? My friend Massimo Battista wants me to go to Italy with him. Who better to go to Italy with than people who are from Italy? You know what I mean? I got time for some questions. If anybody wants to ask me a question, I'll be happy to answer it. Other than that, I'm going to get going, and I'm going to enjoy my chicken cutlets and my salad. I'm going to wear my dad's mementos. I'm going to drink my wine from therealchooch.com, and I'm going to honor my sponsor for tonight. Don't forget, folks, have some fun. Give my friend a call. Robert Catalano is his name. Robert Catalano. 3 generations of Regina's Pizza. His grandfather, his father, now him. Salute. I appreciate that so much when people do that. Oh, I have saltwater taffy for dessert. Let me get this away so that I can say goodbye to everybody. Remember, folks, it's just my thoughts. If you tell someone you're going to do something, do it. If you get a text message from someone that says, call me, call them back. If you don't plan on doing something that you're promising someone that you're going to do, tell them. Just say, hey man, I wish I could, but I can't. There's a lot of people. There's so many people. I know you guys were watching when I was losing my mind about what happened. And I said, there's so many tough guys. They're like, yeah, I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough guy. Instead of calling you back and saying what the beef is, they ghost you. No tough guy ghosts anybody. You confront your problems. Anybody got a problem with me? Come over to my house. We'll talk about it. Montego Bay. Oh, I lost what somebody just said. I got to get going. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight to another episode of Live from My Mother's Basement. Don't forget, you can watch this all the time now because it's in stone here on my fan page, Mike Marino Live on Facebook. Then it's going to be on YouTube forever. If you want to come on the show, if you want to sponsor one of the shows, very easy. Just write to me, MikeMarinoFans@gmail.com. MikeMarinoFans@gmail.com. However, if you want to be on the show, why don't you write to my producer? Her name is Tatiana Blue Shell. Thank you, Tatiana, for making the show look so fantastic tonight. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for making the guests show up on time, sign their release forms, and get a COVID test because we do what's right on this show. So why don't you write to Tatiana at MikeMarinoEntertainment@gmail.com and tell her why you think you should be on this show. If you want to sponsor one of the shows like Regina's Pizza, or you want to mention, why don't you just say hello to me, Mike Marino Live at gmail.com, and I'll talk about your food, I'll talk about your products, I'll talk about whatever is going on in the world. If it helps you, help me, help everybody. You dig? Let's make America Italian again. Remember, you don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, you don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing. Come on, everybody, say it with me. Say it. Don't take no shit from nobody. Good night. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.